Good evening, members of the board. My name is Alexis Spiegelman. I am Moms for Liberty Sarasota Chapter Chair. We have a daughter in the district. I'd like to speak today on the topic of Black history. My husband and I recently sent a copy of this book to Miss Brown after she attended our school board training, as we were fortunate enough to have the author in attendance as well. The book is titled Black History 1619 through 2019, an inspiring and educational journey through American history. It is an in-depth look at the events which shaped the lives and contributions of the African American community in the United States of America. This book is designed to restore the integrity of African American history and is based on extensive research and documentation related to African American experience from the era of slavery until modern times. In this book, the authors promote awareness and preserve significant information and material that can replace revisionist accounts of African American history. The author, Ms. Frances P. Rice, is the co-founder of the Yocum Black History Association and has been researching Black history since the 1960s. Our board member, Ms. Brown, seems surprised to see Ms. Rice wearing an anti-CRT pin. I think that many people have come to conflate the teaching of Black history with the teaching of CRT. The two are very different and result in two very different outcomes. The teaching of Black history, along with all of the contributions made by the African American community before, during, and after the American Revolution, by figures such as Frederick Douglass, Charles Drew, and Harriet Tubman, as well as other symbolic leaders, thinkers, scientists, patriots, and forgotten Black American heroes, is very different from teaching the CRT ideology. I say CRT ideology because the ideology persists under social emotional learning. In fact, since its inception, the ideology has continued to operate under the surface of American society by simply adopting a new banner. To understand this, I'd like to read a few excerpts from the letter I received when she sent her book to our chapter. CRT perpetuates the false notion that all white people are inherently oppressors and all Black people are perpetually oppressed. It ignores many of other tremendous accomplishments and contributions made by Black Americans. Teaching in this manner keeps us all divided when our country needs to be unified. Critical race theory was officially organized in 1989 at the first annual workshop on critical race theory, though its intellectual origins go back much further. Its immediate precursor was critical legal studies movement. CLS is an offshoot of Marxist-oriented critical theory. Marxism divides people based on categories they often have no control over, and it is an ultimate form of racism and division. It teaches those in the oppressed groups that they are eternal victims of the oppressor class, creating resentment and frustration. It teaches those in the oppressor class to be ashamed of their skin color and sex because of supposed sins committed by their class. Teaching Black history empowers students. Teaching CRT ideology, regardless of the name, breeds contempt, victimhood, shame, and division. All Sarasota students deserve more. I will close with this quote by Frederick Douglass. Everybody asked the question, and they learned to ask it early of the thank you so much.
Thank you.
Carol Lerner.
Good evening, board members.